Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm back at it here playing with the Evo Furnace, but in this case I am using Goblin Giant, which is my second favorite winning condition, probably behind Ram Rider. We're going to start out with the Furnace here. This deck is really solid. Obviously playing without my recruits, which if you know me, I definitely love playing with recruits, but all in all, you know, definitely not needing the recruits here. Also it would make things a little bit heavy. So in that regard, you know, probably don't need it. Anyways, we're going to have something rolling here. I think we should be able to take out most of that. I shouldn't have to worry too much. I'm actually going to just rage this up. And I'm going to go with the E-Spirit here. I think this should be okay to kind of clean most of this stuff up. So Graveyard will be a little bit tricky just because we don't really have anything great. And I have Lightning because I think Furnace is going to be running rampant this season. So we should be okay. In my eyes, you know, with the Furnace as good as it is right now, definitely feel like it's okay to do Lightning on the Furnace, especially the Evo Furnace. Probably going to be something that, in my eyes, going to be worthwhile. So we're going to be able to clean that up. And we're back to another Goblin Giant. So we're gonna get things rolling. One of the things with this deck is the idea to, you know, kind of cycle as quickly as possible to as many Goblin Giants as possible, because you have so many 1 elixir and 2 elixir cards that will help with your card cycle. So let's do this here. Should be able to clean that up, no problem. I have something like the E-Spirit here just to cycle back and kind of help the bomber a little bit, plus the tower. I'm going to go Prince here right at the bridge, see if we can get something out of him that he doesn't want to drop. Like that, that's exactly what he probably doesn't want to drop. And because he's only got Giant Snowball, we're going to get Prince on tower, plus the bomber's going to clean things up really, really solid. And that's just one of those things about, you know, realizing what they have and what they don't have. We're going to go Goblin Giant here down the left lane, just keeping the pressure up here. See if our opponent quit. I think he might have quit. And because of that, we will check back in once we 3-crown him. And just like that, we are going to 3-crown him, starting this video off with the really dominant 3-crown against Graveyard when we don't really have a great option or defense against it. Good game, well played. Let's get on to it. Alright, next match here, keeping things going. And as you can see, we have two elixir cards to start out, and we also have our E-Spirit. And with that, we're able to just cycle like madmen. We're going to go with the E-Spirit here, just dropping that to deal with that. Let's go Furnace here. It's not going to be the greatest, but with the help of the Fire Spirit, we should be able to clean up the those 1 elixir skeletons. So all in all, shouldn't be too bad. Let's go Goblin Giant here. Very aggressive to start out, but that's actually going to pull the Knight the other way, at least for the time being. So because he's got Firecracker, this is going to be a really tricky matchup, just because we don't have a great option against that. So we'll see if we can maybe get something going here. Maybe an Executioner, just to get that King Tower. A little bit late on that Executioner placement, really sucks. Let's go with the Prince here. I'm going a little aggressive just to see if we can maybe get something out of him. E-Spirit though, he's going to drop that Knight, so well played on his end. So we need to find a way to defend against this Hog Rider, in which we don't really have a great way to defend, because we don't have King Tower activated. It's going to make things a lot more difficult. But we're just hanging out here. I'm going to go Bomber in the back. If you don't have Evo Furnace in this, or for this specific deck, definitely feel free to drop or use literally anything else in terms of, you can go with the Bomber, or you can just rock with just without it. That works too. Let's do Rage here. That's going to be pretty big, I think. We'll go with the E-Spirit as well. He's able to cycle back pretty quickly, so that's good. That's well played on his part right there. So we are going to definitely try to get a King Tower activation here. I think this is going to work for us, and we don't give up that second hit from the Firecracker. So all in all, not too bad. I'm expecting that Hog Rider, so where is it? Alright, we're going to go with the Evo Executioner here. Should be good to push that back, and we're going to absolutely tear that Hog Rider up. So anyways, we do have Lightning, so if we need to do that, we can. I think more so than anything. Oh, we're going to clean that up, so we're going to Rage here. Okay, he's able to cycle back really quickly, so one of the things about the deck that we're going up against, obviously, Prince should keep the pressure up on our opponent. We have Lightning, so we're probably going to drop Lightning here. Clean up that Firecracker, really agitating stuff. I'm going to Rage this up. this might work. At least with the bomber just dealing massive amounts of damage there. So let's get ready for a push here. I'm fully expecting that. I'm going to go with the prince here. That should kind of help clean up that Hog Rider. And we should be a-okay. So he's going to go for lightning. I was not expecting him to have a lightning. I feel like Hog Rider decks typically don't. But anyways, we're going to go with the furnace here in the back. Just start spawning all of those annoying, pesky spirits. Let's go with the E-Spirit really high up. Obviously would love to have a lot more here, but he's actually able to cycle back to a lightning pretty quickly. So that's well played on his end. We're going to go with the lightning here. Clean up that knight and maybe get something down. Okay, so that firecracker will go down the other lane, so we don't have to worry about that. Or maybe we do, actually. Alright, we'll go furnace here. With the king tower activated, I'm totally fine taking damage on that side. We took a lot of damage, but obviously we have one side that we're really focusing on here. So we're just going to go ahead and rage this up. I think that makes sense. Oh, we took out that firecracker. That's going to be pretty good. Alright, we're not really going to have anything doing here, to be honest. I'm going to go with this here. Going to go bomber on the side, just in case he goes with that firecracker. E-Spirit here. And we'll go with the Goblin Giant up high. And we're going to go ahead and just lightning this, I think. We do have our Executioner. The Goblin Giant hopefully gets a hit off before anything else. We're going to be able to push things back. And that right there is going to be a really, really close match. Good game, well played. Let's get on to another. Alright, next match here. Keeping things going. That was a really close one with the firecracker and not really having, you know, arrows or something. Bomber here. So Bomber should do an okay job kind of cleaning up all those goblins. And yeah, this is a really, really popular deck that I'm seeing. We're going to get 2 fire spirit splashes at least. So that's going to be pretty good. We'll get a 3rd one. That is going to be absolutely amazing stuff right there. So I think we should be okay here. We'll take some damage on either side, but I'm going to get a drill ready here. Or I'm going to get the Executioner ready for his drill. We'll go Prince here. Yeah, we'll take some damage, but we kind of balance things out. We took, you know, we dealt damage on both sides over there as well. He's going to give up that side. That is massive. Okay, so he definitely doesn't have anything for a Prince, which should benefit us, knowing that. And our Executioner actually is damaging down his furnace as well. That's really nice. I'm going to get Bomber going here. And we'll probably use this to kind of soak up some damage. And kind of take out that furnace while we're at it. We have that evil Executioner, so I'm not as worried on defense here. He's probably going to get that drill ready. Where's that drill? Or not. We'll go with our own furnace then. And that should kind of clean things up. Let's go with the E-Spirit here. And we should be fine to kind of clean this up here. We'll go with our evil Executioner. And that will clean up all those goblins. Even take a fireball. That will work for us. Let's go with Bomber here. I thought we might have gotten a little more value out of that. Totally fine. We should be able to clean most of that stuff up. We'll take a Fire Spear to the face or 2. Yeah, we'll take 2 of them. It's not too bad. We have that right side tower down in really, really heavy amounts. So we'll take that as well. It's not anything to really cry home about. We'll get a furnace going, our evil furnace in the back here. And then we'll get lightning going because this is just going to clean house. His defense is honestly pretty weak. For some reason, I thought his drill went further back, but I guess it didn't. Totally fine though. We should still take out that tower for the most part, or just about. Executioner is going to do a great job as always. We'll go with our Bomber here. And Executioner is going to get that lineup for us. And that right there is going to seal the match. Really, really solid. Having the Goblin Giant tank for that Prince. And yeah, our opponent's defense is really, really brittle. But the Prince addition across like everything right now is just absolutely absurd. Good game, well played. Let's get on to another one. All right, next match here. So starting out with the Furnace in hand is always nice. We'll drop that in the back just because you get so much value from all the Fire Spirits that spawn. It's absolutely absurd, and I'm not surprised our opponent's also rocking the Furnace. I don't know, or I didn't see if he was rocking the Evil Furnace, but we'll see pretty soon. All right, so this is where things could get a little bit interesting. Obviously, we're going to have the Executioner here, kind of clean up the E-Dragon, so that's going to be great for us. We're going to go with the Goblin Giant here. I think with the help of all of that, we might be able to take that out. So we're going to struggle a little. Ooh, wait, the Prince actually is able to clean that up because the Spear Goblins. That really just worked out in our favor there. That tower is going basically down to 100 hit points left just to start out the match. Really, really solid start. Obviously, can't complain about it. We didn't have our lightning for that E-Drag or anything like that. But we're going to start out the Furnace again, yet again, in the back. And see what happens. I don't know if our... I was going to say if our opponent quit. That would be pretty wild. But we're going to get so much value from these Fire Spirits. Guys, I think what they might have to do is they might have to nerf Fire Spirits to nerf the Furnace. Because, I mean, this is just absurd what we're able to do with this. I'm going to go ahead and go for Lightning here. It should be able to kind of clean up the E-Drag plus that Furnace. So this is just absolutely absurd defense. Executioner is going to be great. Especially if you run into a lot of, you know, Furnace users and whatnot. So this should be good. We'll go with the E-Spirit here to protect that Executioner. And then afterwards, the Executioner might be able to help clean up the Witch. The Witch obviously got that really, really much deserved and needed nerf, where its health now doesn't get healed from other sources of skeletons. So really, really nice there. We're going to clean that up. Obviously, we have that lightning, so if he's going to go for something like his E-Drag, we are ready. The problem is if he's going to try and body block it, which I don't think he will do. So I'm just going to go ahead and lightning this so we don't have to deal with that E-Drag. Really, really don't want to deal with that. We'll have the E-Spirit here. Kind of help stun and slow everything down. We'll go with our Evil Executioner here. Yeah, none of what he's doing is going to help him. This is going to be pretty clean defense, I would say. We're going to go with the Furnace here, and that right there is going to seal it. We're going to go to Lightning here, kind of clean up that E-Drag, and just like that, we might have just absolutely dominated a filthy E-Golem deck. We're going to rage this up just to kind of get closer to a 3 crown, maybe even get to a 3 crown with a few seconds left. And that right there is another solid match. Good game, well played. Let's get on to another one. All right, next match here. So seeing the Furnace in hand, always want to play that first. Obviously against Cannoneer Tower may not be as useful because it can one-shot the Fire Spirits and whatnot. So he's actually going to get pretty decent value out of that with that lightning. So let's go with the Goblin Giant. Obviously rocking something besides the Furnace is going to be great because if your opponent's going to be rocking lightning, which I think there's going to be a lot of lightning this season, plus some other things, it's going to be super beneficial. We're going to go ahead and lightning ourselves right here. And we're going to go for the E-Spirit here. Not like that would have probably pulled, but totally fine either way. So we're going to get a chain, so that's going to be pretty good. Let's go with the Prince here. I don't know what he's rocking yet, but Prince is going to make quick work of all of this stuff. I'm going to go Bomber here as well. Another solid push is to just go with Prince in front of the Furnace, and that's going to just put in mad work. Prince actually got, or the tower got bailed out by that Fisherman, so well played on his end. Definitely dropping that because that, you know, split second definitely saved him from a lot of pain. Let's go Furnace here. I don't think that was needed, but we're going to start building up some push here, and he's just going to have to deal with a boatload of stuff. We're going to rage this up. That should be pretty solid. We're going to take out the Berserker with the help of that Goblin Giant. Obviously, he's going to go for that King Tower activation, which makes sense. But we're going to clean that up for the most part. E-Spirit here to block his Fire Spirit. And all in all, pretty solid stuff. Can't really complain. We're going to go with the Executioner here. I know he's got that Fisherman in the back. Bomber here should kind of help clean things up. Oh, the Executioner Axe kind of finished things off for us, so we didn't even really need it. But all in all, not too bad. Pretty good start. I feel like Furnace is just going to get shoved into everything just because of how good it is. Let's go Furnace here. Make him go Lightning, which is going to be good for us actually because we're going to have a few things up our sleeves here. And we're going to go for the Rage, which should kind of benefit us because that Fisherman is going to get absolutely shredded. With the help of the Rage, that Goblin Giant is going to town. And that's going to put things right into lightning range essentially. So we're gonna block the fisherman from pulling our executioner. And yeah, he's kind of working down our tower, but that's fine. Let's go Goblin Giant here. I know he's just trying to defend it because afterwards he wants a counter push. I'm gonna rage this up though. And this should be more than enough to kind of clean things up. Yeah, one of the spear goblins actually locked onto the tower. Goblin Giant's going to finish things up for us. And that right there is going to be a solid match against Road Giant. Good game, well played. I think this season we might see a lot of Furnace just because of how good I think it is right now. Maybe see a lot of lightning to counter it. We'll see what people kind of come up with to best counter it. But so far the Furnace is absolutely broken. It's definitely going to get nerfed, I think, in my opinion. So good game, well played. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.